2025 marks the 80th anniversary of the liberation of the Nazi concentration camps. Let's talk about never again. At Buchenwald camp, survivors held up signs in the hope that humankind would never forget what had happened here and never again allow it to occur. So why hasn't never again been fulfilled? Let's look at 4 things. The first is that political leaders often lack the will to act. To paraphrase Edmund Burke, all it takes for evil to triumph is for good states to do nothing. And sadly, there are very few, if any, good states around at the moment. The second is a nuclear problem. If a nuclear weapon state perpetrates mass atrocities against its own population and is wholly committed to this, it is very difficult to see what can possibly be done to stop it. For example, the United Nations Commission of Inquiry on North Korea stated that what is going on is unparalleled on planet Earth. Over a decade on, and no one has come up with a good strategy. We also have to bear in mind the tragic dilemma that trying to prevent such mass atrocities may start a nuclear war which could lead to omnicide, the destruction of all humankind itself. The third is the regime change problem. The catastrophic consequences that followed the military interventions in Afghanistan, Iraq and Libya have dictated that states no longer have the political will to use such force. The point here is not that regime change is a good thing, it's that if there is no political appetite to use force, what signal does this send to perpetrators around the world? They know that they may face naming and shaming and sanctions, but they also know they will not be ousted from power. Quite simply, they will probably get away with mass murder. And finally, great power perpetrators. Currently, the permanent 5 members of the United Nations Security Council are either perpetrating mass atrocities themselves or assisting other governments so that they can perpetrate them. To use Hedley Bull's phrase from 1980, they are acting as the great irresponsibles. Overall, the point is not to downplay the importance of mass atrocity prevention strategies, because there are cases when they are effective. But tragically, we live in a world where mass atrocities are a permanent feature, and I don't see it changing anytime soon.